Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Vinny's Take. If you hear a game in the background, it's the Cowboys and Giants because my wife's a Giants fan, and they might sneak in the playoffs with 6 wins. But I'm not here to talk about trash from the NFC East. No. I'm here to talk about the Buffalo Bills. And the reason I'm wearing this mask today and not my normal one is because I'm watching the game on my phone with headset on. What a game. Right now, we are late in the fourth quarter. It is – where's the camera? It is 49-13, and Buffalo is absolutely dominating. Here, let me hold it here. They are absolutely dominating the Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa, I don't know how you pronounce his name. He was great in college. He's not been bad in the pros, but so far, not good enough to beat the Buffalo Bills. I think the Dolphins' biggest problem is they did not have their closer, Ryan Fitzmagic. He's out on the COVID list, and without him, they couldn't go and bring in that spark that they needed when they played Las Vegas last week to come in and beat the Bills, or at least keep it close. I've been at work most of the game, but I've been able to watch because we get to have the TV on at the nuclear power plant, so luckily I was able to follow along. Josh Allen, just a fantastic game. Let me read you some stats that a friend of mine sent that were milestones the Bills could potentially hit going into this game. Okay, and this is from my friend Jay Spinner. With a win today, the Bills would finish 13-3 and tie the franchise records for wins in a season, also in 1990 and 1991. That is fantastic. It has been 29 years since the Bills had 13 wins, and they had back-to-back seasons back then. So they're going to end up leading 49-13. It's a pretty safe bet that they're going to be 13-3 heading in the playoffs. They will also be the number 2 seed, which means so much nowadays. A year ago, it meant a first-round bye, but now it guarantees you at least 2 home playoff games if you get the win in the first. And only the Kansas City Chiefs have a better record and Buffalo would have to travel. Had they blown this game and Pittsburgh won, which it doesn't look like they're winning, Buffalo could have potentially had to go on the road in the divisionals, but now they won't if they can get through the wild cards. The Bills would also be victorious in their final 6 games, and it's also going to be 8 of their last 9, just minus that Hail Murray pass that they lost to Arizona. And they've never done that to finish a season before. Their longest win streak going into the end of a season is 1973 and 1993, where they each won 4 games apiece. If the Bills beat the Dolphins, they would be 6-0 in the division for the first time ever. Even in the early 90s. 1990, they lost to the Dolphins. In 1991, they laid an egg in Week 13 against a horrible New England Patriots team and lost to them. They have never swept their division, going back to the AFL days. So that's huge. It is unbelievably huge for this young team. Coach McDermott enters today's game with a career regular season record of 37-26. With a win, he will pass Chuck Knox into third most in Bills history, trailing only at this point Lou Saban and Marv Levy, who have championship banners. Lou Saban has 2 AFLs and Marv Levy the 4 AFCs. So that's pretty good company for Coach McDermott. Everybody kept making fun of his trust the process and his rebuilding and his multiple moves and stuff. It's paying off. Buffalo enters Week 17 with 445 points scored. They scored 49 today, so they are well over the franchise record 458 set in 1991. Josh Allen enters the game with 4,320 passing yards, which is the second most single season in franchise history. He needed 40 to pass Drew Bledsoe's 2002 record. He did it in the second quarter. The one thing we have not achieved yet is Tyler Bass needed 8 points to pass Steve Christie's single-season franchise record of 140 points set in 1998. Tyler Bass has not done that. He only has 7. So I guess Buffalo in the last 9 minutes has to find a way to score 1 more touchdown so Bass can tie Christie or maybe kick a field goal and pass him. But I don't want to run up the score. I'm not here to brag. I do want to say something that I never thought in a million years I would ever say, because the 1991 Buffalo Bills are my favorite team, followed by the 1998. But this team, 2020, is the best Bills team ever. Their offense Their defense, the thing that sets them aside from those other teams in '98 or '91, or even like the stalwarts of '64 and '65, is they're a total package. They've got a franchise quarterback who is in competition for the MVP. They have a franchise-changing wide receiver in Stephon Diggs, who is leading the league in receptions and yards. They have a defense. In '91, they were a bend but don't break defense. Well, in 2020, they have a couple, like they just let up a touchdown here, but it's the backups are in. Who cares? They might have a lull early in the game. They might let up a score, but then the offense scores, and the defense shuts it down. Miami got a field goal on the first drive, and then they didn't get anything until the second half. Well, they got 2 field goals in the first half, sorry. But now they're going to end up with 20 points, and yeah, that's more than their average. Lately it's been 18 points, but again, a lot of backups are playing. Yeah, even Josh Norman has a pick 6. It's 49-19, so still a 30-point lead. This Buffalo Bills team is heading into the playoffs, and again, like most of the season, nobody's going to pick them to win the Super Bowl. Nobody's going to pick them to even go to the AFC. Everybody's going to pick Kansas City, and I, for one, in August, I picked Kansas City to win. Well, I'm here to tell you right now that I think Kansas City is a fantastic franchise, but I think Buffalo is good enough to beat them. I'm not saying they're gonna, but they are good enough to beat them. And I believe that there is a very good chance that Super Bowl 55 from Tampa will be the Green Bay Packers versus the Buffalo Bills. That I'm probably speaking a little bit from the heart there. As my son's team is the Packers, it would be nice to see that. But we'll see in the coming weeks. 14 teams are in the playoffs this year, more than any other year other than the strike-shortened season of 82. So it's going to be fantastic to watch, and I can't wait to come at you hopefully a couple more times with more Vinny's takes about the Bills. So until next time, enjoy the rest of the game. There's 8:40 left according to Hulu that I'm watching it on. So God bless and go Bills.